Hey guys, it's Seven here with Helixxvr and the new release show. We love making these videos and helping you pick the best games coming out this week. It also gives the Reddit community something to downvote each week, and we love the consistency of that community, so thank you very much. We expect to see a 0 by the weekend. Okay, let's get on with what we do best, and that's telling you what games to go and buy. Well, in this case, you don't actually have to buy this one. So the first game up this week is another Star Wars game. And it's great to use as a demo. We've already had the Trials of Tatoonia, and now we've got Droid Repair Bay. Set on a spaceship, your job is to fix broken droids. It's pretty much just a short 15-minute demo, but it is really, really fun. The experience is fantastic. It does make you feel like you're on the spaceship. The graphics are polished, and basically it's free, so well worth downloading. It's available on the Vive, so go and get it. Okay, let's quickly jump over and have a ding dong and go and speak to our guest today. There we go, guys. Right, wasn't that a great first part of the show? As I always say every single week, the games just seem to be getting better and better. Anyway, today we've got a special guest on our show. Welcome, David, to Helixxvr.
Hello.
Okay, and David has got a game coming out next year. Is that right, David?
Yes, we're thinking about January 19th, 2018.
So, guys, this is a sneak peek at looking at what's coming next year. Now, what is the game called, first of all?
It's called Battle Sky VR.
Battle Sky VR. And what is it about?
Well, it's at its core, it's a multiplayer game, and it allows people to fly around and basically kind of engage in aerial combat with each other.
Excellent. So it's like it's a flight game in VR. We had Johnny last week with Run of Maiden, and that was a flight game. We do love that flying around in thing. Something's very different about your game, though. I mean, we've already played it. We've had a sneak peek of it at Helix, and we actually have had a play. So what's different about your game? What's so special?
Well, what we're trying to do is some kind of like a MOBA style game, almost like Overwatch. So every single player can choose a different hero. Right now we have two different heroes that you can play. One is a dragon, and the other one is called Jet 9, which is kind of like Iron Man. So the way that our game is very different is that every single hero flies in a very unique way, a very unique VR locomotion way. So for example, if you are Jet 9, you fly like Iron Man. So basically you would have kind of these kind of blasts coming out of your hands. And to fly forward, you kind of hide your hands to the back, so kind of like Iron Man. Whereas if you chose the dragon, you will fly around like a dragon. You flap your wings, and you can kind of do a diving motion. You can also turn by doing this kind of motion. So we're really going for a very different kind of locomotion for each hero.
Yeah, and I mean, it certainly is different. I mean, my personal favorite character is the dragon. I love flapping my wings and being able to get really up high, find out who I've got to attack, and then just swoop down them. You take a bite out of them as you swoop down, which is really, really unique in VR. We haven't tried that at all before, so that's really good. Yeah.
I mean, something I think is also very unique is the speed that we're moving at. I think there isn't any other VR game that really allows you to move at such a high speed. Initially when we're developing, we're very worried about motion sickness. So we spend a lot of time kind of fine-tuning the locomotion, and then we realized actually people like the speed, and so we've been testing a lot of different kind of locomotion, and the two that we have so far works very well, and we still have a few that we want to develop, as we're hoping to do at least 4 heroes, if not more, depending on what people have for suggestions.
Okay, so you mentioned that it's a multiplayer game, but there is a single-player version game available as well, isn't there?
Yes, so the plan is that for each hero we want to have kind of a single-player story mode. It's kind of like a mission mode. They're not very long stories, maybe about half an hour, but the point is that it will tell a little bit of a story about each character, and also it allows the players to get familiar with how to fly and how to kind of attack each hero.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, I've played both the versions, and the single player is great if you're on your own and you're waiting for your friends to join, and then you join in the multiplayer, and there's loads of dragons or Jet 9s flying around shooting each other, and it's really good because you respawn, which is nice, and then you can go back attacking. And you've got to be very clever. I think with this game, it is very calculated in what you do, because if you fire too much, you need to regenerate, and if you fly too much, you need to regenerate, and if you get health, you'll get hit by something, you need to sort of hide out the way and go and look for power-ups and stuff like that. So it's not just shoot with endless firepower. There is a lot of sort of strategy involved in this game, which is cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a launch roughly in January of that. Guys, you will see already, I'm sure Kermi's put up the overlay of the game, what it's currently like at the moment. It is changing. I mean, we're doing weekly tests on it, and every single week it just gets better and better. And the nice thing about David is he does listen to a lot of our critiques, and we've seen the game change. There's something which I find really unique, which isn't part of, well, it is part of the game, but it's not part of the game, is the actual lobby area. When you're waiting for the game to play, there is this great big lobby that you can fly around in, and you play mini games in it, which is really, really cool. And you can have a chat, and we spend a lot of time chatting. And you're thinking of adding a few more mini games in there as well, aren't you, by the time it launches?
Yes. A lot of the inspiration comes from Rec Room. And, we're in Rec Room right now, but Rec Room was a very social experience, and we took a lot of inspiration from that. We wanted our game to have that social aspect as well. So the multiplayer lobby itself is a very social space, and we kind of wanted people just kind of get in there and start flying around, but at the same time have a lot of just little silly things for them to do, like there are a few balls lying around with a bat, they can hit it around. There's also some rings that they can fly through to test how fast they can fly. So we have a couple of different ideas. We do see that it has become a very social space, and a lot of people like to hang out there. And as they're chatting, there's at the same time kind of throwing the balls around. So yeah, I think it's a good way to keep people in VR, and also at the same time just enjoy each other.
Yeah, I totally agree. As I say, we've been really enjoying it, and we look forward to our weekly tests when we get given the invite for it. So, guys, all those people that have put a Vive or a Rift on your shopping list for Christmas, and hopefully Santa delivers one, remember, this comes out next year, so get it on your wish list, and then when it gets released, David, I'm sure you'll be coming back to the show to tell us about the launch anyway, and that would be really nice. So, as I say, just put this on your wish list at the moment, because it is quite a unique game, and it's definitely something that by the time it comes out next year, you will have been fed up with Fallout 4 and all the other games that are currently being released at the moment, and you'll be looking for something new. And this is one of those, as I say, one of those unique things that you're going to be looking for, is something different, and flying in VR is certainly something different. Okay, I got to go back and finish off the second part of the show, and we'll find out what our game of the week is this week. So if you just wait there, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, let's go and see what's happening in the second part of the show. Oh, okay, let's get back on with the show. That was a great interview there, and that game looks really awesome. Can't wait for it to come out. Okay, so back to the show, and our next game up is VR Dream Match Baseball. This is the next game that is sort of basically, it's just out there, and it's a great experience to try. You can either play the catcher or the batter. So, are you a catcher or are you a batter? Well, in this game, you can actually be both. You hit a home run, or you can catch a baseball traveling at over 100 miles an hour. The settings are in a realistic baseball field, and the game is really, really immersive. Just one thing that we say about this, watch your controllers against the walls, because you do need a large play area, especially when you're trying to hit the ball back. It's out on the Vive, it's got a 30% discount, and if you're into these types of sports games that are sort of very realistic, give it a try. Okay, the one that you've all been waiting for and the one that everyone waits for every single week is Game of the Week time. Let's have a fanfare. Okay, there's been a few music release games this week. We've had Alive in VR and Jam Session VR. Okay, but this one is going to the winner. And the winner of this week's music-related game and Game of the Week is Riff VR. With a great selection of tracks to pick from. That's the good thing that this has got going for it. It's got a really, really great catalogue of songs. You can get up on stage and you rock your socks off, either by playing the drums or by singing along to the tracks. The devs have promised that in future updates they're going to make your own music videos, and they're going to put other instruments in, like guitars and things like that. The only one thing that I'd say is missing from this game is that it would be really, really awesome for multiplayer, and I'm sure they will probably got that on their list of things to add on, because it would just be great making a music video with your friends in VR, basically. Anyway, I think we found the VR version of Rock Band. So move over Rock Band and let's pick up Riff VR. Okay, so congratulations to Riff VR for Game of the Week. And let's go back and say goodbye to David and end up the show. Okay. There we go, guys, and a great Game of the Week. So we turn around and say, go out and buy it. So next week, we've got all them games coming out. We're getting so excited for next week. Okay, let's wrap up this show. David, thank you very much for waiting for us. And
thank you.
We really wish you good luck with the progress of the game and the launch of it on January 19th. We'd like to invite you back on the show when it comes ready for launch date. Would you be willing to come back? Excellent. That's always nice to hear. That's really, really nice to hear. We love having the devs. We love helping them out, and we love them coming on the show and chatting to us. Okay, guys, if you love what we do, okay, don't forget, you've got to subscribe to us on YouTube. You've got to tweet us on Twitter, itch us on Twitch, F us on Fbook, and smash us on Smashcast. And don't forget, tune in for our daily giveaways. Okay, until next week, goodbye.
Bye-bye.